YouTube? It's your boy Kunz. Got a brand new video. Before you get into the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts on this video. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So we just got a blockbuster trade in a sense. Breaking: the Memphis Grizzlies are trading two-time NBA All-Star Ja Morant to Portland Trailblazers for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. Sources tell ESPN. This is probably by far the weirdest trade we've had in a long time. There was once upon a time where Ja Morant was supposed to be the face of the league. Like, he was looked at as a top 5 player in the league. He was looked at as the next one. He was supposed to be playing for Team USA. He was supposed to lead us. And, there was a time where, he was looked at to be the guy. And then to see the last couple of years, to see the off-court antics, to see the injuries, the drop in play, and not really progressing to get better, and then seeing his 3 percentage not get better, the injuries piling up, a lot led to this point where he's traded for basically a negative asset in Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray, who was a solid rookie, but I don't think he's going to be anything crazy. I don't think he's going to be like, the guy. He's going to be a good quality role player, and that's basically it. So, it's interesting to see, because there was once upon a time where they had, the Memphis Grizzlies had Ja Morant, they had Triple J, and Desmond Bane, and they were, going toe-to-toe with the Warriors and, competing for a top seed in the Western Conference, who most people look at to be the better conference. And then to see that Ja Morant has the worst trade value out of all 3 players. Desmond Bane netted them 5 first-round picks. Jaren Jackson Jr. netted them a couple, and, some players. And then to see him getting traded for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray, wow. Now, we know that the last couple years haven't been the best for Ja Morant. If we look at just this past season, 19.5 points, probably, second lowest since, third lowest, but, since his second year is a pretty big drop-off. 8 assists, still phenomenal. 3 rebounds. But the shooting splits have been career lows. 41 is by far the worst. 23 from the 3, even though he never shot better than 31%. Yeah, it's not good. He's been, he's never developed a 3-point shot, and he's always been a downhill attacker. The injuries are getting, they're catching up, downhill. We saw, the nasty injury that he took with Grayson Allen. All that plays a factor into what teams perceive him as. And, it's interesting to see what the Portland Trailblazers are going to do. So at the current time of this recording, the Portland Trailblazers have Damian Lillard, they have Scoot Henderson, now they have Ja Morant and Drew Holiday, Shaedon Sharpe. So, we're guessing there's going to be another trade for the Portland Trailblazers, right? Are they going to go after Brown now? They have Scoot Henderson, Drew Holiday, Shaedon Sharpe, 3 players maybe that the Boston Celtics might take, maybe a first or 2. I think it's possible that, Jaylen Brown could be playing in a Portland Trailblazers jersey next season. And, hey, man, Damian Lillard, Ja Morant, Jaylen Brown, Danny Avdija, and Donovan Clingan. Hey, man, those could be pretty fun hoops. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, for the Memphis Grizzlies, I think they waited too long. I think they waited way too long. But we heard for, almost a year now that Ja Morant had no value. He had absolutely no value. There was multiple reports where he had to trade, multiple first-rounders and give up first-rounders to trade Ja Morant. And, I think they kind of walked out. They didn't have to trade any first. They just got, a negative asset in Jeremy Grant, who they might be able to flip in a year. And Chris Murray, who could be something. This is a new era for, the Memphis Grizzlies. They're going to build around Cam Boozer. And, they could do something. Cedric Coward, I believe is his name. They might have a little something going on. It's just interesting to see how Ja Morant has fallen off. And, there may be a possibility. A new, scenery might give Ja Morant, a new life. He plays differently. Hopefully he's working on his jump shot so we can finally see a different version of Ja Morant where he doesn't have to tack. But depending on what type of Damian Lillard you get, you might, the gravity of Damian Lillard's 3-point shot and the gravity of Ja Morant dunking, they might be able to complement each other very well. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out in the future, but if we can get 80% of what Damian Lillard was pre-Achilles and maybe 70% Ja Morant, they could make a move. They could make, they could be in the running for the playoffs. And it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this trade. Do you guys think it was a good trade? What are your honest thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, YouTube.